It's me, Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to learn how to finally love yourself. We're going to do this in 3 steps every single day. Our first thing is our daily routines. Routines repeat every single day. The majority of our routines happen every single day. The weekly things happen on the same day of the week every single week. That's our basic weekly plan. So once you've gotten your daily routines in place, that usually takes a week of everyday practice, then you can add in your basic weekly plan. And you do that every single day. There's something different to do every single day, and they repeat every week. After you've gotten that one down pat, then we're going to add in the third and final step, which is our zones. Zones repeat every single month. For example, this week we are in zone 4, and zone 4 means that we're going to do the master bedroom, and we won't do it after this week for a whole other month of deep cleaning or deep decluttering, one or the other, okay? So here we go. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to do our morning routine. If you have little ones, you're going to get up at least a half hour before them so you can put yourself through your routine. If you take a shower in the morning, you're going to have to add extra time to that. Then you're going to do your routine. After you've done your routine, then you're going to get your little ones up, and theirs is going to take about 30 minutes. And you're going to put the tiny ones through their routines. The older ones are on their routines. Your job is to inspect what you expect. So you're already ready. It's going to be easy to go in and say, honey, you didn't put your towel up. Oh, you forgot to, or make sure you, that kind of thing, all right? And then the final thing is, once you've done that, then either if you're a payroll fly baby, you're going to go on to work feeling confident that everyone's had breakfast and they have their schoolwork and their shoes are on the right feet and their beds are made and your bed is made and the bathroom looks good and the kitchen looks good. It's a wonderful feeling. So you're going to get in your car and go on to work. If you're an at-home fly baby, you have the confidence of knowing your day is starting off on the right foot, and you only have 2 more things to do. You have to do your weekly and your monthly items, and then finish the day out with the remainder of your routines. Okay, so for the rest of the day, we've got laundry, we've got after dinner routine, we've got before bed routine, and we've got paper routine. So you want to start your laundry while the laundry's going. If you still have paper clutter in your house, you're going to go through an inch of paper and just sort it. You're not handling it, you're putting it in your inbox. And then once that's done, let's go ahead and start our weekly. Now our weekly is our inbox. Today is our planning and desk day. So now you can look at your inbox and say, what action items do I have in here? Do I need to pay bills? Do I need to call the dentist? Do I need to dispute a payment? Do I need to inquire about something with a teacher? It's all in your inbox, and you're going to mark them all off. It may take a long time, it may take a short time. Sometimes you'll have nothing in your inbox, but this is the day that we buckle down and do that. We also plan our grocery list today, and we balance our checkbook. So the first thing I'd like you to do after you've done your to-dos is balance your checkbook. Or it may not be your checkbook, it may be your checking account or your bank account. So we're going to balance it. We're going to make sure there's no fraud in the account by looking online to see what's outstanding, what's come in that we don't recognize. Do we need to call the bank and ask specifically what that is? Sometimes you'll be surprised. It's something you did, they just called it something different. Or something came in from last week. What? That happens. That's why it's important that you keep a checkbook register and you write down what you spend out of your debit card, or if you write checks, or if you're taking cash out, and you subtract it so you know what your balance should be, and that balance needs to match the bank's balance. So if there's something that hasn't come in yet, the bank balance will be a little higher. But if it's all come out, it'll match yours. It should match. And then you can know for sure, okay, this is how much money I have left. Oops, I made a boo-boo on something, so now I've got less money for groceries this week. I have to be really careful. And I'm going to recommend that you take cash out for your groceries. It's not something I really love to deal in as cash, because if you lose it, it's gone forever and there's no getting it back, or if someone steals it from you. But if you can't control yourself at the grocery store, then you have to take cash and nothing else. You don't take a debit card with you, you don't take a credit card with you, you don't take a checkbook with you. You take your cash and your grocery list and you buy what's on your list. And you have to estimate before you buy so you know you'll have enough money. That's what you have to do. And you're smart. I know you can do this. You know how much you buy that grocery. If you're buying cereal, you know how much that cereal costs. If you're buying cottage cheese, you know how much that costs. If you're buying skim milk, you know how much that costs. If you're buying butter, you know how much that costs, or eggs. And when you get there, if there's a deal, awesome. You're to the good, right? But you still stick to the budget and everything else. And you might find that something on your grocery list cost a little bit more than you thought. But because the eggs were cheaper this week and you got a great deal on those steaks, then maybe you're going to have a little bit more money to put with it because the milk costs more this week. So in the end, you'll end up spending exactly what you promised yourself you would spend. Otherwise, you're going to have to put something back and figure out what to do, right? So be smart. All right, that's groceries. The other thing is you want, and budget, the next thing you want to do is when you do make your grocery list, you can't do it without a menu. You don't want to just say, I mean, in general, there are some things you're going to use all the time, but there's some things you might need specifically. Okay, so you're going to make spaghetti. Do you have hamburger? Are you making meatballs? Are you buying meatballs? What is it? What about the sauce? Are you making the sauce? Are you buying the sauce? What about the noodles? You've got to have those things on hand. Do you want garlic bread with this? How are you going to do that? Are you going to buy French bread and make it into garlic bread? Or are you going to buy garlic bread? Are you going to buy garlic knots? Are you going to buy a salad that's already in a bag? Are you going to make a salad? Do you have salad dressing? Are you going to make salad dressing? Lots of little questions, but you know yourself. And so some of those questions aren't pertinent to you. But make your menu. So sit down and make up a menu, but first go look in your refrigerator, your freezer, and your pantry and see what you have. And then make a menu out of those things first. And then say, what do you have except you need? So maybe you've got hamburger, but you don't have spaghetti sauce, and you don't have spaghetti noodles, and you don't have salad, but you've got dressing, and you've got garlic bread in the freezer. So that's a set. So you can start adding things. And eventually you'll have 7 days planned out. And then you're going to make your grocery list based on what you don't have, right? What's missing. And you're going to make your grocery list. And then you're going to add it all up based on your best guess how much it's going to cost. And if it's over your budget, then you're going to have to change something. And you can do that. What can you use instead? What can you make instead? You promised the kids spaghetti, so you have to have that. But instead of having steak, maybe we'll have meatloaf. Whatever. You're going to come up with some creative ways. And you're going to keep your meals simple. Don't forget that you're going to be buying for snacks, for lunches, and for breakfasts. So make sure, I always plan out my breakfast, especially at my parents' home, because I have to fix them a breakfast. Larry and I can scrounge around. We don't care. We'll have a scrambled egg or whatever. And I know I've got eggs and cheese and, you know, sausage. But at my parents' house, if they want oatmeal and they want cream of wheat and they want, French toast, and they want pancakes, and they want fried eggs, and they want a Popeye egg, and they want scrambled eggs. I need to have all the things to make those. I need to have butter, and I need to have syrup, and I need to have sugar-free syrup, and I need to have bread, I need to have eggs, and I need to have cheese, and I need to have, you know, all the little things, pancakes, whatever, pancake mix. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to make up your menu, and even for lunches, I plan those out at my parents' home. I plan out what I'm going to feed them. Now, Mom is at home with me, Dad's at work, but I need to have his packed in the morning. So it's either going to be leftovers from dinner the night before, plus a yogurt, plus a protein bar, plus some fruit. Or it's going to be a sandwich, plus those things. So I have to have the stuff to make that. I can't be caught short before he leaves the house, and you don't want to be that way either. And then for Mom, we have soup on the shelf. I have sandwich making things. I can make her whatever. Or we have leftovers. So it's not so hard for her, but for people who depend on it when they're going out the door, you really have to have a plan. You can't say, I'm going to make Dad a bowl of soup for lunch when there's no way for him to take it, or he doesn't like soup or whatever. Okay, I digress. My point is, make a plan, buy your groceries based on the plan. Okay, next thing you're going to do is, okay, that's planning and desk day. The next thing you're going to, and also any other plans you might have, because tomorrow's errand day, so you're going to buy groceries, but you're going to do some other things too. Do you need to go to the library? Maybe you need to plan to make sure all the books are together in a bag by the front door. Make sure the children have all their books together. You know, you're going to plan today, okay? Tomorrow, you're going to go do those things, so you have to have it in place. Planning is critical to the Flylady system. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our laundry, because it could be dry by now, or it could be in the washer, needs to go to the dryer, and put maybe another load in if you're a person who has to do 2 loads a day. or you're a person who's doing all your towels today, or all your whites today, or whatever it is. The next thing we're going to do is go to our monthly zone. And the zone is the master bedroom. So we're going to go into the master bedroom and look at it and say, okay, this master bedroom looks pretty good. I don't have any clutter left in here. What 4 things did I plan to do in here this week? Okay, because planning is everything. Did you put it in your planner? Did you write down the 4 things you wanted to do in your book on Sunday? I always like you to plan these kind of things on Sunday. What are the 4 things you're going to do? So maybe you decided you were going to polish some of the furniture, you're going to clean the fan, you're going to vacuum under the bed, and you're going to scrub the shower. Okay? So those are the 4 things you're going to do, because this is a master bedroom, master bathroom, master closet. So besides the weekly home blessing, when you get in there and do all those things that we do on Mondays, these are the deep cleans. So today maybe clean the fan. So you clean the fan. It doesn't take long. And then the next thing is, okay, what other routines do I have left? Let's see, I've done my morning routine, I've done my laundry. I could fold my laundry now. It's dry and the next thing needs to go in. I've done my paper. The only 2 things I have is after dinner routine and before bed routine. It's too early for that. So let me fold clothes. And now I've got this big chunk of time. It's still morning. Maybe I'll go ahead and prep the vegetables. I was going to have stir fry for dinner. I can go ahead and chop up the broccoli if I didn't do that on grocery day. And I could chop up some carrots and make sure I have everything in place that I need to make this stir fry, and make sure the meat is thawed out, and make sure if I've had to soak it in flavorings and things. What is that called? Whatever that's called. What is it called when you put your meat into that? Anyway, did you do that? So that's what you're going to do. And then you've just got time to fiddle around. Honestly, this is your time now, because you don't have a morning break, an afternoon break, and a lunch hour. This is your time because you don't work. This is your time. You work all the time at the house, and you always seem to fill it with silly things that don't need to be done. Those things are going to happen tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Listen, a house never is finished, because there's always people in it, living in it. So it's an evolving thing. It's organic, right? So you don't worry about that. Your house is tidy. You're cleaning up after yourself. You're completing your process. And now we're going to go ahead and relax and enjoy ourselves. We're not going to work on something for another day. Tomorrow has enough for its own. We're going to just work on today. And now we have time to read that novel or play with the baby or whatever, okay? You're, of course, going to pay attention to your children during this time, but now's the time to really give concentrated fun time to them, if that's what you want to do, if that's your plan. All right, and that's it for you. Now let's go to our people at work. Now, I've talked to you many, many times, payroll fly babies, about going to work, having your makeup on before you get there, saying hello to your coworkers, getting out your plan for your work plan, your control journal, and making sure you're doing everything that you want to do on that journal. What can you do in your lunch hour and your break that'll alleviate some things on Saturday? Well, you can order your groceries. You can go ahead and plan them and order them. Or you can just plan them. Maybe just plan your menu. Think about what you've got at the house and plan your menu. Listen, I worked for a long time. I know how this works. I've done it many, many times. So you can balance your checking account, and you can plan your menu, and maybe you need to make a few calls today. So before you leave the house, hopefully you put some of your action items in your purse, and you can do that on your lunch hour, okay? And then when you get home, you're going to just do your laundry when you first get home, go through a little bit of paperwork, and you're going to make dinner. While dinner is simmering, you can take care of your zone work or your some of your weekly work. So you might want to work a little bit on the weekly home blessing hour that you didn't get done because you don't have but so much time at the end of the day. Maybe do 10 minutes of that unless you delegate it, which is my recommendation, and then pop into your bedroom and do a little 5 or 10 minute deep clean. If you still have clutter, then you're going to be decluttering. Decluttering is hard to do when you come home from work because it's very emotional. I would recommend that you just declutter for a whole hour on Saturday until you get your room decluttered. Eventually your house will be decluttered if you discipline your inner child and do not finish the process. You have to finish your process, and you have to, it's great to model that for your children so they'll start completing their processes. Now you will have to guide them and inspect what you expect, but that's how you start. All right, that's it for today. I want you to have a fabulous day. Don't forget your after dinner routine. Everyone's doing it together, at home and working fly babies. We're a big sisterhood. We're doing it together. We're pulling the family in. We're getting it done. Some of you are dishes divas. That's all right. Enjoy that time. And then don't forget your before bed routine. If you're tired, do yours first, then do the kids. Love you so much. Have a wonderful day. And remember, you are beautiful. Bye.